At some point in your life, you may have experienced receiving a knock on the door only to realise it is Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses take seriously a command from Jesus, and therefore they go from door to preach their message. They will quote a scripture at Matthew 28 verses 19 and 20 to back up their preaching activities. After Jesus died, his disciples continued to take the gospel to people publicly and from house to house. Jehovah's Witnesses will also use the scripture in Acts chapter 5 verses 42 and Acts chapter 20 and verse 20 to support this. As part of this, they seek to leave their own literature with householders, which may include a copy of their Watchtower or Awake magazines. They will share scriptures with you using a copy of their own Bible, the New World Translation, and offer a study of the Bible for free. In doing all of this, they seek to help people get to know God and to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses are taught in their weekly meetings to be persistent. If, however, you do not want them to visit your home again, these steps will ensure they stop. I was a Jehovah's Witness for over 20 years and spent every week going door to door in the preaching work. I spent many thousands of hours doing this work in England, Europe, and the Caribbean. If you want Jehovah's Witnesses to stop calling at your home, please follow these steps. Always answer the door. This may sound counterproductive, but there is a reason for this. When you peer through the window and realise it's the Jehovah's Witnesses, it may be tempting to not answer the door. Jehovah's Witnesses are instructed to recall all unanswered doors as a not at home. This will require a further visit either later that day or in the following few days. If a child answers the door, they will often ask if a parent or adult is in, and if they answer no, they will often leave a magazine with them and let the child know they will return when a parent or adult is home. Therefore, if you want to stop Jehovah's Witnesses calling, it is important to answer the door. Next, interrupt them. Jehovah's Witnesses are taught at their weekly meetings how to deliver their message. Much of what they say will be scripted and memorized. They will be eager to start talking, asking you some leading questions and referring to their Bible, either on their phones or tablet, or reciting scriptures, chapter and verse. As they start, firmly but politely interrupt and let them know you are not interested. Say something like, "Thank you, but I'm not interested in your message." Jehovah's Witnesses are also trained in objection handling techniques, so they will not just walk away when you say this. They will be ready with another question such as, "We are bringing a message of hope that God will bring peace and security to the earth. Are you interested to live in a peaceful paradise earth?" Again, politely and firmly tell them you are not interested in their message. They will want to persist and engage you in conversation, but you don't have to do this. Avoid using terms such as "I'm busy right now," as they will try to arrange a suitable time to return and recall the call as busy. If you just close the door on them, they will still call at another time. So avoid this tactic, no matter how tempting it may be. The only way to get Jehovah's Witnesses to stop calling is to ask them to put you on the Do Not Call list. This is like a blacklist. Make your request politely by saying, I want my address to be recorded as a Do Not Call. I don't want Jehovah's Witnesses calling at my house again. Jehovah's Witnesses have a map of their territory that they work regularly. It is divided up into smaller areas which include the roads and streets, estates and apartment blocks in the area. Each section will have a list of properties known as Do Not Calls, and this is where the householder has specifically asked the Jehovah's Witnesses not to call, or where they have been extremely aggressive and violent towards the witnesses at the door. I do not recommend being aggressive or violent to Jehovah's Witnesses, or anyone for that matter. When the Jehovah's Witnesses work the area, the elder, ministerial servant or group leader will let other witnesses know of any property that is listed as a Do Not Call, and therefore no one is allowed to knock that door. This works in most cases, although sometimes people forget and they call by mistake. If this happens, let the Jehovah's Witnesses know that you should be down as a Do Not Call, and ask them to ensure it is recorded on the territory map. At least once a year, an elder or ministerial servant may look at all the Do Not Calls and may visit the householder. This is because people move house, or different people can come to the door, or the original householder may have a change of heart. Where this is the case, they may take the property off the Do Not Call list, and this will allow Jehovah's Witnesses to start calling again. Where this is not the case and you still do not want them to visit, firmly let them know that you want to remain on the Do Not Call list. If after time they are still calling, you can write or email the elders at your local Kingdom Hall. To find the address, you can Google Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses in your local area. Alternatively, you may call them if you are able to find a phone number. Let them know firmly that you do not want any visits from Jehovah's Witnesses, despite asking to be listed as a Do Not Call. Let them know Jehovah's Witnesses are not respecting your wishes and being disrespectful, and you want all future visits to cease immediately. This is usually sufficient to stop all future calls. I hope you find this useful. Please feel free to like and comment. Please click the red subscribe button and also click the notification bell. Thank you.